I start off with a loose pencil sketch, just getting down the main features of the badger. Then I move on to using my willow charcoal to start making marks on the page and smudging in the black areas around the nose and eyes, as we can see here. Keep it very loose. I don't want to get into too much detail with this badger because they're so distinctive anyway. I just want to get a feel of it rather than go into huge amount of finite detail. I also want to keep the white as possible, so I don't even really want to draw outline around his face. It's just getting those essential marks in and conveying what he looks like without all the detail, like I said. Just putting in where the eyes are now, loosely. Now I've got my powder charcoal, which gives a much darker black, and you can use it a bit like paint really, so you can wet it onto a paintbrush and get some lovely marks, as you can see. Now I'm going in with my Tombow brush pen. Some pens can be a bit problematic over the charcoal, but this one's got a bit of a thicker nib, but it's and quite black, so that works quite well over the charcoal, just to get some details in around the nose. Also using it to use as sort of more mark making for the fur and whiskers and stuff, which you'll see a bit later. Now I'm using an eraser, because the beauty of charcoal is you can erase it out. So I'm just refining the nose a little bit, and now I'm adding just taking away some charcoal, which adds to the texture and increases the look of the fur. A bit more charcoal in places. Really, the charcoal technique I use, you just use layers, layer it up. You can add it, take it away, and that all just adds to the final piece and adds some depth to it. I've got my eraser again here. The eraser I'm using is quite good because it's quite fine. You can get quite a fine tip on it. It's a Mono 0, again from Tombow. A bit more charcoal, just to add some darker patches. Smudge it a bit. Back in with my Tombow brush pen. Just trying to get a bit of detail around the ears. A little bit around the sides, but again, like I said, I don't want to outline the badger. Starting to work on the eyes a little bit. Using the rubber again. That's why I love charcoal, as you can take away so easily. I'm concentrating on the finer details of the eyes. I think the eyes with all these animals are so important to get right. It's where your own eye is drawn. trying to get the shape right with the fine liner pen, or Tombow pen, sorry. Bit more eraser. It is just a case of going back and forth until you feel like you've got it right and adding as much detail as you want. Going back in with my charcoal, my powdered charcoal there. Get a bit more detail with the fine sort of brush strokes. I work my way around the animal. I don't work from left to right as such. I just kind of leave an area where I don't know, I'm thinking maybe I want to start somewhere else. I do jump about a bit, work the whole animal as a whole. Back and forth with my rubber and charcoal. And pen. Now I'm using my white highlighter, which is just brilliant to add some extra details, extra whiskers and fur textures. Softening that nose, softening the stripes. Now I'm using a soft pastel from Winsor & Newton. That's just a white one, just to add a few different bits of contrast, highlights, a bit more detail in the eye. Using the reference photo. Softening that nose a little bit. And then adding the sticker, label. A few splatters of ink. And a few details where the whiskers are. And that's it.